Hello guys, and welcome to another video from the Iron Fet channel. Now today I'm starting a new series called Electronics, and this is pretty much just a series of basic electronic stuff that I use throughout my videos, throughout my everyday life, and just some cool tips that I can show you guys, or certain things that I think you guys should or shouldn't do. And this is all my opinion, so if you guys have a different opinion, I totally understand, but I hope you guys enjoy these videos, so let's get into this. So today I have a review of my everyday phone that I got for fairly cheap, and this is the Delion D10. Now it's a foreign phone. I'm not sure exactly where it's made, but I got it off of a website called Memory Express, and I got it for a cheap amount of $80. Now this was 50% off. It was half off. I'm pretty sure it's $165 now. Now that's 80 US, so in Canadian this was about 90, I think it was like $92. But for a phone, that is not that bad at all. And this is without a plan. So I did not get this with a plan. There's no SIM in it right now. So this is 100% scot-free, no attachments. Now right now it's sold out, but it was still stuck at the $82 price because I'm looking on the website right now. And for $82, I am very satisfied. I will say that right now. I am very satisfied with this phone. Now, I don't usually like iPhone, or I don't mind Samsung. I'm more of an Android person, but I'm not going to be here and be biased and tell you guys, iPhone sucks, because it's all about your opinion, what phone you guys actually want. Now, let's get into this. So, the Android that is ran on this phone is Android 4.4. This is a quad-core 3G smartphone, and the screen is 5.5 inches. I'm pretty sure that's from the display screen. So it's from this corner to this corner. That is 5.5 inches. Now, it's got Touch ID on the back. It has a 13 megapixel camera, or 16, I think. Is it 13 or 16? I'm pretty sure it's 13, which isn't that bad. It's got 8 gigs of RAM, and it's got the wake up gesture, which I'll get into later. And yeah, let's look at design first off. Now, it looks really nice. Like, it actually looks like a professional smartphone. Now, it is made of plastic, the backing and the sides, but all the buttons are metal, and it has this nice red highlights here. So like all the buttons are red, plus the Touch ID on the back is red. I think it's when they first came out with this, these were silver, and I'm really glad I got the one with the red highlights to match it, and I really like it. On the back you can see the Delion symbol, which is the D kind of with this like kind of planet spinning thing. It's got these really defined speaker marks right here. And it's got the buttons, which are all red, like I said. It's got the front camera, which I think is an 8 megapixel camera. It's got the infrared sensor, and I don't think it has one on the front, no, but it has the headphone jack and the USB port, and it has the mic on the bottom. Now, on the top, it's made of like this kind of bumpy material, which I'll show when we get into the actual specifics of the phone itself. But it's very nice. Like for $80, I've been using this thing. I've had this for about 4 months now. I've been using this thing every day. It's very nice. I really enjoy it. This isn't like a sponsor thing or anything. I give full credit to the people who made this phone and everything. I just wanted to review it. Like, I haven't seen any reviews online, but it is very nice. Now let's get into the packaging of this thing. Now it comes in a nice, fairly professional box. It has the Delion symbol here, which has a tag over it. It has these nice stripes, which I think I have it on backwards, to be honest. It has these nice stripes that carry all around the box. It is a little dented and stuff, but it did ship just like this in the box. Now, it says a quote on the back: "Technology changes life," which I totally agree with. Like I said in my Fets Fridays video, number 2. You can pretty much do almost anything with your phone now. It's insane. But let's get into this. So let's move this over. So right here, your phone would be packaged right in this area. It would be in there. You'd get it. I was really amazed. It was really nice when I pulled it out. Then you get past this. You pull this piece out, and it comes with this phone kind of brace for it so it doesn't get damaged. Then you get the this is, I don't know if this is for wall plugs in the US, or sorry, not the US, the UK, or it's somewhere in the world where they use these. But somewhere in the world where they use these. Now this is the wall charger that they use in the UK, or there are some countries that use this one. I don't know what type of a charger it is. I just know it's pretty much just a bigger, different wattage wall charger, and it has the USB port right there. And I don't use it because I live in Canada, so these aren't really great to me. But I have a ton of these laying around. I get a lot of them cheap from certain websites for like a couple dollars a piece. So they're just the square ones that were designed by iPhone. Then you get another brace, and that is because this phone comes with its own case. Now, for $80, now think about this. It comes with a nice PU leatherback case, which is actually quite dirty, because this is what I use every day on this thing. I actually keep the case on it all the time. I'm wondering if I should keep it off or not. Tell me what you guys think. But yeah, it's a really nice case. It has the whole leather back. It was lighter when I bought it, but I've been using it. It does fade a little bit when you do use it. It's got the area for the Touch ID and the camera, and then right here is the back place, which you just pop it off. So it pretty much comes with a whole nother backing with the phone. So say you break this or crack this, or something happens, it gets scratched, you can switch between the two or however you want. And the leather back is actually really nice. It's made fairly well. Mine is a little worn out. We can take a look at that later if you guys want, but yeah, so I actually thought for $80 you get the case, you get the phone. I do have the cord somewhere over here, which is actually broken because I did accidentally step on this while it was charging my Samsung watch, and it did break. It did kind of just rip out of the thing. I do understand a lot of. Okay, so now I actually went ahead and put the leatherback case on here. Now, if you take a look, there is the original case and then the back, so it is kind of different. This is really worn out. I have been using this for multiple months now. I'd say about 3 to 4 months. And the differences are that there's no symbol on this one because of the leather, and the actual media exits, the little holes here, this one goes all the way across, and this one only goes about halfway, because if you look here it stops. So you can still use the Touch ID, which is this little bar on the back. It is a little difficult to use, but I've gotten the hang of it, so I'll show you that later. And yeah, it's nice. And you can also set up your leatherback case like this, so you can watch movies or set it up however you'd like that, to read movies or watch videos and stuff. I find it very useful, and I really like it. Let's actually dive into the phone itself. Okay, so now we're going to be looking at the phone itself. Now, what I had on before I made this video was I actually had a system launcher on here, but this is just a base Android. Now, as you can see all my apps here, it's very, very smooth. So just going side to side is very easy. Now, this is Android 4.4. I don't know if it's KitKat or is it KitKat? Is 4.4 KitKat? I don't know, but it's just Android 4.4. This is a quad core, so it is fairly fast. It isn't an octa-core like the Note 4 or the S6 and stuff. I'm not too big of a fan of the S6, just due to the non-expandable memory and how it looks exactly like an iPhone. It's just not my thing, I guess. But yeah, so it's got 8 gigs of RAM, and it's got the intelligent wake U, which is just the wake gesture that you can use on most Androids now. Now, if you buy most foreign phones, you can do that. And I actually have my Liago box here, which is my other foreign phone that I had before this, the Liago LED 5, which I really liked. I might actually have a review, other than the fact that this screen is completely shattered and I might not be able to show much with it. So I will actually have this out, but so yeah, so let's take a look. This is just going back and forth. This is the drop down. Then you get all this. You can have yourself as a contact. You got all this. You can go to all your apps, go through here. I actually think it looks really good for, I have this theme on here, which, let's see if I can find it here. Can I find it here? I don't know if I can. Well, if I go here, then you can go to wallpapers, widgets, settings. It's kind of a little cool setup. I had that on my Leago too, my Leago LED 5, which is, this is the comparison. So before I had a 5-inch phone, which was this one. So this is a 5-inch phone compared to a 5.5, and then this is the 5.7, which is the Note 4, which is just a little bigger. And then this is the S4 itself. So as you can see, it's kind of like the upward scale, which the Leago LED 5 is bigger than the Note 4, but just by a little bit. So it's kind of like a little staircase ladder here. But let's get into this. So let's try playing a game here. Let's see how quick a game loads. I just have Minecraft on here. It's gonna turn, but let's actually see. So if we turn this and we load into a game, and my world's name is These Nuts, so yeah, and then yeah, you can move around. You can't really see what I'm doing, but as you can see, it's very smooth. You can look around quite a bit. It's very nice, has a bit of performance. Now let's actually try and find another game here. I don't have many games on here, but let's just find piano tiles. Let's just open that. Doesn't take too long to load anything. It actually is fairly fast. It's really light. So let's just play Jingle Bells here. See, it didn't take too long to load, and it can play fairly easily. So that's enough of that. Now, let's actually go into the settings. Now, actually, first, a lot of the hardware you get is like the calculator, the calendar, the flashlight, the base browser. I always use Google Chrome, but then you got Duolingo, Kit, all my like social apps and such. And I have hardware, which is File Manager downloads, Toolkit, and you get Go Keyboard, which is like, it's like SwiftKey, and you get it with most foreign phones. Like I got it with my Leago, and as you can tell, the back of the Leago is very faded, so I will have a review on that, but there's a review on my experiences with it and how it went. But yeah, I did not mean to open that. But yeah, so let's go into settings here. There we go. Now actually, if you go into fingerprint scanner here, you can set up you can register a fingerprint. Now you do just use this bar back here, swipe it. It is very difficult to get the hang of, so you do kind of gotta work at it and get used to where it wants you to scan. So you kind of gotta lift your finger upwards as you're doing it. And so as you go ahead and do that, okay, so now that you got the lock screen set up, now you go ahead, you're going to flip it over, or however you want to do this. You can kind of try and do it like that, but it's kind of hard. You kind of just swipe your finger. It's hard to get used to, and then it'll say recognize, and then you're in. So it's kind of a cheaper, it is a cheaper fingerprint scanner for sure, but it is, I did end up using this for multiple months until I did download a new lock screen. Now it is really cool. For $80, you get the case. You get a screen protector on it when you get it. So I got this all in box. It came like this, turned off. So like this, came with the screen protector underneath, like I showed you earlier. It came with the leather back case, and it comes with Touch ID. So that's all very helpful. And I really like it's a fairly thin phone too, and I think it's great. It's really light. Now, if I were to take out the battery, it is probably one of the lightest phones I've held. It's lighter than the S4 and the S3, and lighter than the Note 4. I'm not sure about the S6 or the Note 5, but I have not held those personally. But for the year that this came out with the other phones that were around when I got this, It is very light. Of course, it's not made of metal or anything. The pieces are, I'm unsure. These might be made of plastic or metal. I'm pretty sure they're made of plastic, and the backing is, but it still looks very professional. For everything that's on here, it does look very professional. I really like the red highlights, like I said earlier, and the symbol isn't that bad. It's a very professional phone. For $80, 5.5 inch screen, it's very nice. Now let's get into the specs. Okay, so the specifications for this phone are as follows. I'm just going to read out most of it here. This is not just the specifications, this is like pretty much all of it. The brand is Delion, as I showed you the big symbol on the back. The model from the brand is D10. You get one with it. Its materials are metal and plastic, and I'm pretty sure the metal is the buttons on the side, and the plastic is the casing and everything around it, plus the glass. It's brand new. It's got a plastic casing. Network types are 2G and 3G. It can hold 2 SIM cards, which I'm not sure if I said it yet, but in the back, say you have a work phone and your personal SIM card, you can just, instead of having a whole nother phone for your work phone, you can just take the SIM out, put it in here, and you can choose which calls you want to take with each SIM. It's a really cool option. It does have expandable memory. It says up to 32 gigabytes, but I actually have a 64 gigabyte card in here right now. Yeah, so it says network standby. It has dual network standby. Has GPS. It has a Bluetooth version of 4.0. The operating system on it is Android 4.4, and I'm not sure if that's KitKat or I think KitKat's 4.4.2. The CPU processor is the MTK6582 quad core, so it is a quad core. So yeah, it's a quad core, has multiple different languages. I'm not going to read that out. It's got 1 gig of RAM, 8 gigs of ROM, has 5.74 gigs of available memory on it. Like I said, it has 32 gigs of supported memory, but I do have a 64 card in here, 64 gigabyte SD card, so you can bypass that. I don't know how, I just threw it in there, got it, it works. The screen resolution is 960 by 540, and it is 5.5 inch screen, which is bigger than my last phone, which was the Liago LED 5, which was just a 5 inch. Power, it's got a talk time of 4 to 6 hours, standby time of 180 to 200 hours. It has a 2800 milliamp battery, and it says battery type replacement. Let's see here. It says radio tuner, FM, all that. Yeah, it's got sensors, are G sensor and proximity. The dimensions of the phone are 6.06 by, so it would be 6.06 by 3.09 and then by 0.32 inches. Now the weight is 5.57 ounces or 158 grams. Now everything that you get with it, you get one phone, a battery, a cable, like I showed you, a charger, a set of earphones, which I don't have because they broke on me. You get a manual and the leather case that I have on here now. Yeah, like I've said, for $80, the $80 that I got it for, I'd suggest getting it in black, but it's kind of your preference. I got it in white, and it does get dirty fairly easily, like the case here. But for 80 bucks, you can't lose. The 165 may be worth it too. It matters how you're going, but with plans now, you might as well, if you're spending over $100, you might as well go with a branded phone like Samsung or iPhone, whichever your preference is. For $80, I got this. I'm really happy with it, and I think it's great. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to have more electronics videos coming, and I hope you guys like this. Thanks for watching. See ya.